The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
What is going on, everybody? Josh Casey here. We're going to go get started here in about 1 minute. Testing. Test. 30 more seconds, guys. We'll go and get started. All right. What is going on, everybody? Just going to do a quick mic check. Can everybody hear me? Perfect. I want to go ahead and apologize for last week. There was a lot of technical difficulties. It was weird. I logged into GoToWebinar and it kicked me off, and I found out that the issue was because of my speakers and my microphone. I don't know why or how that's the issue, but I have these wireless headphones, and if they're not plugged in and the sound is going through my computer, it kicks me off. So I don't know, whatever. Got it working now. So hope everybody had a great weekend. Excited that you all are here. As we all know, before we go ahead and get started, I'm going to go ahead and go through our disclaimer. So let me go through this first, and then we'll get started. I know, right? Trading foreign exchange on margin carries a high level of risk and may not be suitable for all investors or traders. There are no guarantees of profit, and most forex traders lose money trading. Past performance is not indicative of future results. The high degree of leverage can work against you as well as for you. Before deciding to invest in foreign exchange, you should carefully consider your investment objectives, the level of experience, and risk appetite. The possibility exists that you could sustain a loss of some or all of your initial investment, and therefore you should only invest money that you can afford to lose. You should be aware of all the risks associated with foreign exchange trading and seek advice from an independent financial advisor if you have any doubts or uncertainties. This presentation and all of its content, including past trades and potential trade setups, is for educational, informative, and informational purposes only. Using any strategies, techniques, or software mentioned in this presentation is also risky. We make no guarantees of profits of any kind. The presenter is not a licensed financial professional and therefore will not give any financial advice or recommendations. All information in this presentation is our opinion and may not reflect the truth or reality in the world of trading. Please use your own good judgment and seek advice from a qualified consultant before believing, accepting, and acting upon any information in this presentation. This is not a solicitation to invest. Hypothetical performance results have many inherent limitations, some of which are described below. No representation is being made that any account will or is likely to achieve profits or losses similar to those shown. In fact, there are frequently sharp differences between hypothetical performance results and the actual results subsequently achieved by any particular trading program. One of the limitations of hypothetical performance results is that they are generally prepared with the benefit of hindsight. In addition, hypothetical trading does not involve financial risk, and no hypothetical trading record can completely account for the impact of financial risk in actual trading. For example, the ability to withstand losses or to adhere to a particular trading program in spite of trading losses are material points which can also adversely affect actual trading results. There are numerous other factors related to the markets in general or to the implementation of any specific trading program which cannot be fully accounted for in the preparation of hypothetical performance results, and all of which it can adversely affect actual trading results. Your actual commission and residual income will vary depending on your work ethic, hours you spend on customer acquisition, and the quality of the customers you refer. Man, glad that's over with. Always got to read that. Sorry, losing my voice a little bit here. So yeah, there is the trading disclaimer. So we're going to go ahead and get right into it, guys. We got a coaches meeting coming up, so this one's going to probably be a little bit shorter than the other sessions that you're used to. But let me go ahead and let's get right to it. Now, last time what we were discussing and what we were going over was obviously the Waveology, and you know we had a lot of questions on how the cycling of the waves determines which level or what part of impulsivity we're trying to trade. Now, obviously, that being complemented with the clayway in the more advanced and intermediate sessions, and then we also have, of course, wedges, triangles, any kind of trend lines that we like to use as well. So what I'm trying to get to here, and what I've noticed from some of the posts within the Scans, Forks, and Fibos group, and this is helpful information. What I've noticed is a lot of complex or convoluted material, all just not necessarily verbal vomit, but a lot of information just obtained and thrown right out there. Just to give you an example, some of the traders that have been with Mr. Steve Greger for 2 to 3 years, like myself or Tim or Clay, we crawled before we can walk, before we can run. We had to understand what Waveology was before we could start implementing it to enter and exit trades. And then we threw tab 29 on it. We have different indicators, INS, so on and so forth, yada, yada. What I'm seeing is a lot of information that is being taken from what is provided for all the traders within the Scans, Forks, and Fibos group, and then it's all just thrown into it at once within a mere 20 to 30 trades. What I recommend is stick with something that you want to be familiar with first, master that, then move on to the next thing. Just to give you an example, learn how to do periods of 10 or 10-minute harmonic wave convergence trades, then move into the clayway, then move into having a better understanding of wedges. Now, I know we're trying to get more tailored into understanding, the majority of us actually trade wedges, which is totally fine, but this is a Waveology course. This is the Waveology session. So we're trying to teach you guys as Waveology here, and understanding the waves, and obviously understanding what the waves are doing helps complement your pitchfork trades or your wedge trades, or definitely your clayway trades as well. What's up, guys? So what I want to go ahead and move into here, guys, is we're going to move into 10-minute harmonic wave convergence. I'm just going to touch on it briefly. I'm going to help answer any questions. This was one of the areas when I was first introduced into tab 29, what I practiced for a number of maybe 1 to 200 different trades before I moved on to the next thing. I wanted to make sure I somewhat mastered something before I moved on to the next thing, because that way I had, it's like saying you have 3 different trades. Having an understanding of all of those trades and moving forward, mastering it, and then proving your actions based off of what you learned, that's something, instead of just all throwing it all together. So what you guys are looking at is actually a trade that I took today. Simple little 5-pip movement, but this is what we call a 10-minute harmonic wave convergence. I should have moved that 5-minute purple wave there, but you'll see where I have the power 10, the P1 is cycling that power 10 down, and then all of a sudden we have a little 10-minute convergence. We call it a 10-minute harmonic wave convergence because you'll notice that P30, we all know what the P30 is. If you were in the last session, this is what it is here. So this is when you have a 10-minute harmonic wave convergence when the peak 30 is not an influence. So the peak 30 is not an influence here, and obviously we have change in direction from price. Price moved up, periods of 10. POT trading comes from a harmonic wave convergence. In this case, what we're doing is trend bar flip to trend bar flip. So the confirmation was 1. We had a third to the pip trend line touch here. Now you don't necessarily need a trend bar flip as a confirmation tool when you have a trend line touch, but if you're doing a POT trade, it's trend, for this instance, we're looking at trend bar flip to trend bar flip. Solid green lines, 2-pip pullback, entry, and all you're literally waiting for it to do is to paint, close candle, red trend bars, you're out of the trade. That's the easiest 5 pips that you're going to make all day long. 10-minute harmonic, it's all over the charts, guys. 10-minute harmonic wave convergence. So with a show of hands, out of the 13 people we have in here right now, I want all 13 people to answer. Who here knows how to do 10-minute harmonic trade, 10-minute harmonic wave convergence? 1, 2, 3, go. I got a maybe. I got a lot of yeses. Nothing to be ashamed of, guys. It's okay. I'm not trying to call anybody out. Just want to know. Okay. Good. Good. So when it comes to doing, when it came to doing 10-minute harmonic wave convergence trades, guys, I wanted to make sure, I wanted to get a solid 100 10-minute harmonic wave convergence when the peak 30 is not an influence trades in. Got those through. Now, out of all the people that said yes, you don't have to answer this, but ask yourself, out of all the trades I've done, how many 10-minute harmonic wave convergence trades have I personally done? And out of all those trades, how many of them have I posted? So if you're really wanting to understand Waveology, where the discipline comes from, if you want to take it from Josh Casey, you need to start posting 10-minute harmonic wave convergence trades if you're looking for an area to start posting trades and understanding Waveology. If all you want to do is wedges, hey, go for it. That's fine. I'm not telling you guys what to do. But if you want to have a better understanding of Waveology, I'm telling you that this is where to start. Hey, and I appreciate everybody's honesty. That's awesome. When you have time to get in front of the chart that's all over the place, go ahead and make sure you have, if you have tab 29 or your fast 33, make sure you have your alerts on. That way when you're away from the computer, it'll give you that 10-minute harmonic wave convergence alert, so you can go to your charts and see if that is a true 10-minute harmonic wave convergence. See if you could take the trade and just POT it, guys. Hey, get on the charts. and just do POT trades. That's all you need to do. We're not looking for big moves here. It's just understanding the waveology. And the majority of the time, it's going to come, the best ones to take are the ones that come from a 30-minute harmonic wave convergence. And then you'll get that 30-minute, that peak 30 retrace extreme. It'll probably cycle down. And then all of a sudden, you'll get a 10-minute harmonic wave convergence in the same direction. There's a high probability odds for it to happen that way as well. But if you haven't posted trades, that's fine, guys. But now is the time. If you want to take your trading to the next level, start posting your trades. If you think you're wrong, that's okay. At least you know what not to do the next time you post something, and you have, seasoned professionals here to help guide you on your trading journey. Sometimes that's the first step for most of the people, the 19,000 people that we have within the Scans, Forks, and Fibos group. It's just getting on there and just posting. This is what I'm learning. And make sure you go on the files and make sure you look at the posting requirements. There's still hundreds of people that post, guys. Why don't you, let's fill in the blanks and let's be part of that so we can take our trading, our manual trading to the next level. Because that's where it starts, posting. Okay, so repeating about most of the time, what you'll see is if you see a true 30-minute harmonic wave convergence, let's say, let me go ahead and pull this up here real quick. I'll get a blank sheet here. This is all this is all still new for me, but I'm getting used to it here. Okay, shape, call it white. Okay, let's check it out. You'll have your, let me go to line here. This is going to be our 30-minute wave. Made it to the static extreme. Let's go ahead and get an orange. Let's say that is that 30-minute harmonic wave convergence trade. And say you got a 5 or a 10-minute chart up and you're looking at this. What you'll see is first you'll have, not like I said, this is high probability odds. It doesn't happen all the time, but sometimes it happens. You might get that 30-minute retrace extreme, or it'll just kind of hook in there. It'll come back down. And then when you transition over to, let me go and cut this in half. When you transition over to your 1-minute chart, when you're looking for that 10-minute harmonic wave convergence, what you'll see a lot of practice, Steve. Take a lot of practice with this. It's either not necessarily snaking. Sometimes it'll just poke its head in here, the P30. And you get the white wave cycling through. Boom. 10-minute harmonic wave convergence when the P30 is not an influence, coming from either 30-minute retrace extreme or a 30-minute convergence. Impulsivity is then downwards because it's coming from a convergence or a 30-minute retrace extreme. And obviously, it does help when you see that, the 240 and the 480 snaking along the bottom. Long term, impulsivity is then downwards. And that's just us focusing on the waves. Okay? So 10-minute harmonic wave convergence, when the 30-minute wave is not an influence. They're all over the charts, guys. If you want a good understanding of how the Waveology works, take those trades. Here's another good one. So obviously wanted to show you guys the bigger picture here, but you can see that at one point the P30 was, it's kind of flat because we're magnifying everything here on the 1 minute chart. And I also obviously had some INS lines here. This looks like a DC45 line here. So it's being cycled downwards, could be, but what we're looking at here is one, I had 10-minute harmonic wave convergence right here. The P30 is not an influence. And then to top it off, guys, I talk about this all the time, divergence. I got divergence within the P1 in relation to price. And remember, it's not wick to wick, it's body to body, candle body, candle body. Price shot up. Based off my money management, there was my exit, and there you go. I did 10-minute harmonic wave convergence on this trade to 10-minute harmonic wave convergence. You can trade convergence to convergence, but you want to take simple trades. You want to do something that's something that you can understand, then transition over to harmonic wave convergence to harmonic wave convergence. Start with POT trades, trend bar flip to trend bar flip. If that was the case, you'd be in the trade here, and then you would get out right here. Statistically, over time, if you just did POT trades, you'd still be making the same amount of money. It's just over a volume of trades, it would still be the same. You're not changing your process. It's the same thing over and over and over and over again. Another example. Now this one, it looks funny, guys, because the calibration was off. Probably not the best example, but over time, what happens is, your tab 29 system will actually change its calibration point, but add some form of an energy point here. And this was another 10-minute harmonic wave convergence. And my exit strategy looks like here, this is such a long time ago, was a 30-minute convergence based off that money management. But 10-minute harmonic wave convergence, the 30-minute wave at the time was not an influence, but you can see it's not within the PZ here. So like I said, not a good example because the calibration for this one was not on point. So let's go and ignore that one, move on. This one, another iffy one, but you don't have to worry about lower levels leading upper levels or anything. 10-minute harmonic wave convergence, the P30 was not an influence. It just poked its head up. You can see it's getting cycled downwards here, guys. It's cycling its way down, and it's getting cycled by this peak 10 within this middle chart that you see. I also have a third trend line touch to help confirm that. Price interacted with the SB8 up. I got a nice little 5 pip movement right there. POT trade, trend bar flip to trend bar flip. So it's that simple, guys. If you want to understand Waveology and you really want to, if you want to compound or over a volume of trades, just build your demo funds up, just do POT trades. It's not, I just want to, if you really want to start posting some trades and you want to get a couple hundred out there and you want to understand Waveology, guys, just POT. That's all you need to do. When it comes to Waveology, start with 100 of those, start posting those trades. And then guess what? Okay, now that I understand POT trading, now that I understand 10-minute harmonic wave convergence, I'm going to go ahead and move on to a better understanding of the Clayway, because they both complement each other very well. And then I'm going to move over to my wedges. And then after those 200 trades that I've done, slow and steady wins the race, guys. I'm going to go live. That's what it takes. Guys, I've been trading, I've been demo trading for about 2 years, and now here I am. I just started. Nothing wrong with that. Yeah, you can always, in a sense, you can always look over that when you're doing a 10-minute harmonic wave convergence trade only. We don't use that multi-wave indicator anymore. That's old news. So yeah, it's not necessarily a factor anymore. But however, when you see the P1 peak snaking within the static extreme, lower or upper, that is a sign to just, hey, keep in mind, be wary that it still could create higher highs or lower lows. So all you're looking for is those tiny, just like this yellow wave did here, you want to look for those kind of similarities within the P1 as well. So yes. Moving on. This is a prime one right here, guys. Look at this. Trend lines. I'm over here drawing wedges and I don't even know I'm drawing wedges back then. I got 4 trend line touches, okay? Not only that, I got a peak 10 retrace extreme within the 10-minute chart I have here. Now keep in mind we use a 5-minute chart. Whatever you guys want to use, we use a 5-minute chart over there. But I got a wedge within the indicator itself, within the price, but I have trend line touches, but you can see that the P15 is cycling the P30 down, and this just goes off of exactly what I showed you guys in the drawing earlier. Boom. It's ideal to have that peak, that power 10 within the static extreme, and then all of a sudden the P1 comes up, boom, 1036, P30 is not an influence, price just freaking drops. Trend bar flip, the trend bar flip. Let's go. It's all over the charts, guys. And it's not hard because guess what? All I had to do was say, oh my gosh, it's a trend line touch. And it's some form of an energy point because of one of the INS lines that I have, which is already information that's provided to you guys. Easy stuff, guys. You got this. It just comes down to posting the trades. If you want to keep it simple and you want to understand Waveology and then move on to something else, POT trade, 10-minute harmonic wave convergence. And then complement that with your wedges. Because guess what? There's wedges all over the charts, but you'll see these clayway trades and these 10-minute harmonic wave convergences, you know, obviously within the wedges, within when you see the wave cycle through. And I think we'll do one more here, guys. Another example. It looks like I had some form of divergence. This is when I was just trend line happy, as you can tell. And then all of a sudden, boom, I had some form of an energy point, 10-minute harmonic wave convergence, a nice little V shape from the P1 hooked out, trend bar flip red, and then boom, price shot down. Harmonic wave convergence, 10-minute harmonic wave convergence to 10-minute harmonic wave convergence on that one. So it's easier said than done, right? Well, when it comes to a volume of trades, guys, you start seeing it all over the charts. You just have to continue to keep looking for it. And they're all over the place, especially when you have tab 29 alerts there provided for you. It's there. And to this day, I'll tell everybody right now, all I really take is these wedge trades, complemented with the clayway. But I have 10-minute harmonic wave convergence so ingrained in my head. I see it all over the charts still. And I'm like, said, this is easy. This is the most simple 10-minute 5 pips that I can get right here. Got into the trade, boom, 5 pips. You see it all over the place, guys. I've set my tab 20 alerts just like Steve showed me this here, but I don't get those little triangles. You don't necessarily need the triangles to help with those alerts. It could be because of the version, but the alerts will still be here on the side here for you guys. Let me go pull one up. One sec. UJ? Yeah, sure, why not? But yeah, you don't necessarily need the triangles to help you guys get into a trade when you get the alerts set up. Yeah, you're fine. Just because I think there might be an option on there within the tab 29 alert system. You can go in there and turn on and off the triangles if you wanted to. I have 5 monitors, and when I push one of my screens over to the side, it makes me have to open them all up again. Let's go to a live chart here real quick. Okay. So, while I'm getting this set up for you guys, any questions? Any questions at all? Any questions about 10-minute harmonic wave convergence? Anything in relation to Waveology? Oh, hey, check this out. Just off topic, while I'm waiting for some questions, got a wedge alert, USD CAD, descending wedge, clear as day. This didn't exist. Boom. We can obviously see that the P15 cycling the P30 out. It broke out within this section. Here's what I'm looking for. You see that little hook, that red candle, and then you have that bull candle right next to it. Check this out. That's why we transition over. Once we get that breakout, I transition over to the 5-minute chart. Oh, what? Clayway trade right there. Waves are cycling up. Your P5 comes down, interacts with a Bollinger Band. You get a nice V-shaped hook, and you're riding it. It's just the gravy train right there, guys. Boom. All the way up after the breakout. Love these things. So, other than that, guys, just like I said, want to make sure if there's any other questions. I appreciate you guys hopping on here and being honest about posting your trades. So, some of you said you've only posted 5 to 10. Some of you are just saying that you're getting back into it, and that's okay. But I want every single one of you to understand and know that in order for you to become the 1% of the 1%, I've heard this a million times from Mr. Steve Greger, you got to post your trades. You have to get the input from the professionals or the other coaches, because if they might be able to catch something that you didn't, that was correct, or it was some form of divergence that you didn't see, that they can help you recognize for future reference on your future trades. Or if you posted a -3 and you don't know what you did wrong, post it so we can help identify what it was that did go wrong. There might have been something that you didn't catch. You were probably focused on a harmonic wave convergence from a few hours ago when it was a 30-minute retrace extreme instead. You know, there's a lot of things. Let us help you. We're here to help. But the only way we can do that, guys, is by you posting these trades. Post your trades in the Scans, Forks, and Fibos group, and make sure you stay within the posting requirements, obviously. We want every single one of you to be successful. But when it comes to Waveology, if you want to understand Waveology, start with POT trades. If you're demo trading right now, POT. If you want to understand Waveology, POT. 10-minute harmonic wave convergence when the 10-minute wave, when the P30 is not an influence. So, exactly, that's right, Mackenzie. Might be focused on the pullback and miss that there's a, hello wicks. Yes, that's right. Stay away from those wicks. We already know that. If I see some crazy wicks in there and you're up to like 60 trades, we'll talk on the side. I'm just kidding, guys. We want you to post your trades. So last call for questions. Anybody else? Jan, that is in a sense true. However, I'm not at the pay grade to say that you are necessarily correct, but I will agree with you on that. Lower level leaving upper level is not necessarily a factor when it comes to tab 29, and that is what we've been taught. But yes, there is higher probabilities when you have that perfect convergence, or what we would call a perfect convergence, when you have those upper level waves within the static extreme first before the lower ones come through. But yes, you are correct. I posted one today. The 10-minute wave did not actually touch the P1, but they both left the extreme. Okay, cool. I want to go. Can you tag me in that, Janelle? I want to see that. Tag me in that one. And hey guys, when you post your trades, if you haven't gotten a response from a coach within 24 hours, it is okay to tag one of the coaches within your post. So just keep that in mind. If you don't get a response or a comment or any kind of form of feedback on your posts within 24 hours, make sure you tag one of the coaches so we can go ahead and evaluate that trade for you. Put that in your notes. Is there a video? Is there a video on that they're in pieces of 10 and T? There is. It's specific to the Tab 29 group if you're not part of that. However, if that's something you want more information on, because we're doing, just like if you ever watch Clay's videos, you're just trading pieces of that specific wave. And I try to simplify it the best that I can, but if this is something that you guys want me to get more in depth with, I can. Just let me know and I could try to include that within one of my next sessions as well. Michael, I'll get that done for you. You are tab 20. Okay, so if you are, make sure you go within the files, and then there's an archive for you for pieces of 10 and within that group. So make sure you go in that files tab 29 sessions, and it's an older video, I believe, from 2016 or 17 from Mr. Steve Greger. So check it out. Precision, I did in the Precision Trader. Just want to make sure that the good. That's good, Jan. Yes. I think he's talking about pieces of 15 as well. Yes, he does. The OCR at the end. Those are the ones. Yes, the OCRs at the end. Those ones have all the info. That is correct within that tab 29 group. Yes. So make sure you guys go within those tabs, the files tabs within the group. It's all in there for you. So check it out. If you can't find it, please feel free to send me a message on Facebook Messenger. Right. But yeah, guys, check out those videos. If you want me to get more in depth with it, please send me a message. I'm all open to it. And if you guys post your trades, none of the coaches have gotten back to you, make sure you tag one of the coaches within that 24 after 24 hours has passed. Obviously, don't post any trades Friday at 12 or after. For those who do not have 20 time, they can still do. Yeah, that is correct. I'm glad Mackenzie brought this up. For those of you who do not have tab 29 and you only have fast 33, you still have access to a form of this type of trading. And by that I mean you can still do pieces of 15 in place of pieces of 10. So all you're doing is you're trading with the 15-minute wave instead of this yellow power 10. Does that make sense? So you can do 15-minute harmonic wave convergence. So for all those who have fast 33, pieces of 15 instead of pieces of 10, if that makes any sense. So go ahead and let me know, guys. I want to hear it. Send me those messages. But if you're going to send me a message and you want to know more about pieces of 10 and pieces of 15, I better start seeing you post some of these trades, or I'm not going to help you out. But other than that, we're going to go ahead and shut her off, guys. And I hope you got some value out of this, understanding the Waveology, understanding tab 29 along with fast 33 and 10-minute harmonic wave convergence when the P30 is not an influence. So you turn your pod into poof. Pieces of yeah, that's right. You're funny. But other than that, yeah, guys, thank you so much for hopping on. It was an honor and a privilege, and I can't wait to see you guys on again next week. So like I always say, money comes and goes, but the one thing you'll never get back is time. So use that time to spend with your family, your loved ones, your friends. Enjoy your weekends with them, or whatever you call your weekends. Heck, that could be all week. But just understand that we want to let everybody know that we love them. I love you guys, and I appreciate you for hopping on this session, and I will see you guys next week. Oh yeah, we got a coach's meeting next.